Well, it's good afternoon, my YouTube friends. It's Margaret here from Orchids and Garden in England. And I'm doing this video today in response to a video left by Marc of Toekie World. And he has trouble growing his Catasetums, like a lot of people do. And don't ask me why. I find them one of the easiest orchids to grow, and I just love them. I wish they weren't so expensive, because they just have a winter dormancy and you just forget about them. That is absolutely marvellous. Right, so bear with me while I just put one of these orchids at a time on this table. Right, so let's have a look at the first one. Now, these two I'm going to show you, Marc has these as well. And both these came from Catasetums. And this one, this is the Moniara Millennium Magic Witchcraft. I received this 29th of September 22. And it came with this little tiny pseudobulb here. And this growth had just started. Now, that meant that somehow I had to get this through the winter. And because it had, wherever it had come from, it was in the wrong, if you like, it was in a southern, what's the word I'm looking for? Just bear with me. All I can say is it must have been in the southern timescale. So, in other words, it had started growing. And so I couldn't force this one to go into a dormancy. So I think this is the second or third time I've repotted this, and this is actually in this terracotta pot. So gradually over the winter I slowly started to water it. Not much, only a trickle round the sides here, because this bulb here hadn't started to produce the main roots. So it's in this pot now. I always use the PET method. Now, because this is in this terracotta pot, I've got, looks like lava rock at the bottom, and then I look as though I've got sphagnum moss, and I can't tell you whether I've got any, can you see there? Whether I've got, it doesn't look as though I've got any bark, but can you see the roots in there? That one root there, you see that one which is a bit discoloured, I think that's the old roots. So, but now I water this and fertilise this, but I don't drown it. You see, I did this the other day, and that is still quite damp to the touch. So this is not in the semi-hydro as Stephen Campan Lewis grows his. It's just in this one. So when that top layer of moss dries out, then I just put it, the base here, into fertilised water. So that's the first one. Now this is the second one. Now this was a replacement, and I wasn't very happy even with this replacement, because the original one I got was 29th of September 22, and there were two thin weedy pseudobulbs, and there wasn't a cat and else chance that that'd survive. And of course at that time I was being diagnosed, and then when I'd got the strength to complain, I did complain, and I got this replacement. Now this replacement came with a pseudobulb. Can you see it? Half rotted. Just there. But I didn't discard it, and I've had it in this PET method. Now this one, you can see, I've got bark, I've got looks like cubes of charcoal, and I've got pumice and moss on the top. So this little tiny growth here, I have roots going down there. Can you see the roots? So I don't know that it's come from that bulb there, or it's coming from this one. But look, there's a little tiny root just going down there. So this was in winter dormancy, and I think when I was repotting one of the others, I decided just to top this up. So this hasn't been watered at all, and it won't get watered yet because I need this little growth here to be a lot bigger. How long will I have to wait? Well, I have no idea, but let's hope it's not too long. But it certainly won't get, I wouldn't even contemplate watering this until that growth is about 4 inches, so it could be all of June. So that's that one. They do try your patience. They do try your patience. So that's the Fred Clark Aura After Dark Black Pearl. This was gifted to me by Marc, and this is Catasetum Orchid Glade Davy Ranches. And this is the one that I've just started to water. And then you think, well, why have you started to water this one? Well, I'm terribly new. I want to scratch these little husks back. And the reason I've started to water this is because, can you see the length of that growth? Now these two pseudobulbs aren't desiccated, so I could have left it a lot longer. And I decided not to, because, can you see, it has started to put new roots down. We've even got one there, but that, for some reason, hasn't found its way down yet into that moss. So I keep trying to cover it up, but it has got roots going down. And I keep putting this little bit of moss, and for some reason it comes back up. Right, so there we go. And I've started to water that one. But listen, can you see? It's dry. So the worst thing you can do is to overwater. I need to push, I have to get a piece of cork or something to push that pseudobulb up there look there, can you see how it's falling? Okay, because if I push that up, it'll push that root over there down. So let's have a look. Now this is just in a yoghurt container, and let's see if you can see it. I've got, where have I got it? So this is the PET method. Can you see the two holes? And again I've got charcoal, pumice, bark and moss. Now normally there'd be a reservoir of water in there, but can you see it's still got enough moisture in there to sustain this. So this won't get watered again. Can you see? Show you, that's the old root. Can you see the old root there? And that's the new root. So this won't get watered until sometime next week. Right, so that is orchid, David Ranches. Right, now, I thought when I was repotting that, now I repot every year, and they go through a dormancy. I've just got one I haven't repotted. I'll show you that in a minute. Right, so this one, this is David Ranches. Okay, and this bulb here broke away from the mother plant, and I just thought, well, I'm going to just try this. It's not in very secure, I tell you. There, and you see that little tiny growth, and all this is in is can you see, husk, pieces of husks and some moss, and then it has produced this little tiny growth. Alright, oh, I have to kind of, just bear with me a minute, I have to catch it on there. Alright, because otherwise it wobbles. And look, you see, I've got it all in these holes here. Just bear with me a minute, I need to cough. Sorry about that. Right, can you... No, that's the label. I was going to say, can we see if there's any... I don't think there's any root movement. But this won't get watered. This won't get watered till I can see that little growth there, producing some roots. Right. Let's pick the next one up. Bear with me. Here we go. Catasetum pileatum yellow giant. I originally bought this in 2019, 21, 22, and we're in 23, so this has been repotted. But whether it was repotted in, January 21, January 22, I think I've not done the date. This was done this year. Right, I'll put that back in. Now, you can see the new growth. Now, with this one, I originally, well, last year, grew it, put the pseudobulbs and the roots through this tube charcoal. And I've done the same this time. I've secured these bulbs, and the old roots I've put through here to secure it. And these are the new roots. Sorry. Right, so let's have a look under here. Can you see the new roots? And you can see that one's already gone down. You can always tell the new roots because they're white. Now, this one's there, can you see? Ooh. Come here. Sorry about that. Goodness gracious. Don't ask me what I did. I've no idea. I do apologise. I'm not having a very good day today. I'll perhaps do another video tomorrow explaining why. So there you can see there are other roots. And they're the roots from last year. And there you are, you see. And have I started to water this? No. When will I water this? Well, not until those roots there go straight down. And those roots. I mean, I know I've got one going down there, but I need more than that. So that's this one's fine. Again, change the medium every year. That's that one. Now this one, it looks a mess. And I have yet to decide. It just depends whether I will repot this. Now the reason I didn't repot it was because I was trading this. Let me just take this down here. And again, this is Catasetum pileatum yellow giant. So let's see. I'm trying to get this little, that's all. Right, and you see that's got a scrunchie at the bottom, and those are the old roots. Now I will probably take this down and repot this today, because I know I've got a new growth and I know I've got 2 new roots, and I've got a piece of hollow charcoal there, so I think those roots are going into that charcoal, and a little bit desiccated these are, but I think it would benefit from being repotted even now at this late stage with fresh moss and some bark, and I'll have to just check what it's like at the very bottom. And you see the roots from last year. So I'm going to go down and actually repot this now. If I feel confident enough, I'll put it on another video. So thank you for bearing with me, and I'll be back shortly. Bye bye now.